Now, this alone might be the most cursed thing in the game. The MP44 in COD 4 is not supposed to have any attachments, and I guess this is an early look at what it would have potentially been with a red dot, a silencer, and an underbarreled shotgun on it. This is so unbelievably cursed, but I love it. Alright, yo guys, what's going on? It's Rage, and welcome back to some Modern Warfare Remastered. I am so excited to make this video. I finally get to showcase it to you all. This is the Modern Warfare Remastered H1 client. Now, real quick before we go ahead and get started with everything here, I want to make this clear real quick. This client is not out just yet. Today is Sunday, June 19th, or at least today, the day that I'm uploading this video should be the 19th, but it should be releasing this Friday, June 24th. So again, it's not out just yet. The expected release date is going to be this Friday, June 24th. Go ahead and join the Discord. I've got everything linked down in the description for you guys. I still wanted to go ahead and make this video early just to go ahead and show you guys what H1 is and get you guys ready for it. First thing that I want to go ahead and mention, if you already own Modern Warfare Remastered on Steam, go ahead and install it. You're not going to have to worry about getting it the completely free, totally not torrenting way. If you already have it on Steam, go ahead and install it, because the way that this client is going to work is there is a simple H1 mod exe that you can drop into your MWR Steam files, run it, and it'll update it, and you'll be ready to go. However, if you don't own it on Steam, don't worry, wink wink, nudge nudge, there is a way to get it. Also, not to mention, yes, DLC will be included. So right here at the main menu, there's already a whole stats tab where you can go ahead and unlock everything in the game, or if you just want to start at level 1, you're more than welcome to. All the items, loot, classes, all the weapons, supply drop stuff, literally everything in the game is unlocked. You can set yourself to whatever prestige, whatever rank you want. Because I'm a weirdo who enjoys leveling up, I set myself to 20th prestige level 1 and just unlocked everything in the game. Literally everything in the game is unlocked. Every single character from every event ever, all of the uniforms and supply, like literally everything. I can't stress that enough. It's everything. Currently, the only servers that are up are test servers. We've got this bot triple XP all maps free for all. We've got Yo-Yo server, which I want to go ahead and jump into here in just a second. This is the gun game server, and there is loads of cut content in here. I want to go ahead and join into this shipment free for all real quick, just to go ahead and give you guys just a quick look. And what I actually kind of like about this server is that when you spawn into it, it fades from gray to color. There we go. See, I never got the chance to unlock the Arctic Wolf camo because by the point in time on PC, again, if you guys played MWR on Steam, you guys know. See, the release of this game on PC was, yeah, it really wasn't good. If you guys have been around on the channel, you guys have definitely heard me talk about this a whole lot. Oh yeah, I have this. Got the Danger Close melee weapon where you sit here and juggle RPGs. It's actually kind of a cool inspect. Bonk. So while I'm sitting here in this free-for-all, I want to go ahead and show this off to you guys, because I know that a lot of you guys who may be checking out this client may have never played MWR on PC, and I can't stress enough that this game on PC was simply not built for PC. The port that we have on here is not good. Now, I say this jokingly, but I am pretty convinced that the way that this game was developed on PC was that they made the console port, just chucked it onto PC, and called it a day. What's very evident about that is you come over here to the sensitivity, and again, it goes from like 1 to 30, as it would on console. Now, I have my sensitivity set to 0.7, so we'll just throw that back to normal, right? Okay, there we go. And I know that one of the biggest things that a lot of people care about on PC is FOV. And here on Modern Warfare Remastered, for some reason, it ended up working like how it does with the current games, like Modern Warfare, Vanguard, Cold War, where it only pushes the world model back and not the gun model. So here, I'll go ahead and show you guys this as an example. Here in the graphics, you would come down here to video, and the FOV, you would turn your slider all the way up, and it's only the world model that got pushed back, not the gun model. I'm not gonna lie, I really dislike this style of FOV just because it seems super disorienting to me. I personally don't like it at all. So I want to go ahead and say this now. When the time comes, don't even bother with the FOV slider. Don't even bother changing your FOV like this with just CG_FOV. Just go ahead and do FOV scale, set it to 1.2 or something like that. There you go. And now when it's on the FOV scale 1.2, this kind of looks like how FOV should be, with the world model, the weapon model, everything extended a little bit. The only problem with this is, though, I'm not sure what the exact conversion is of 1.2 on the FOV scale. I think this is what, like 80, 90 FOV. The only problem is, again, like I don't know if this is something that the devs themselves are going to be able to fix, but just with the way that this game is, if you try to increase your FOV scale any higher, like let's go ahead and set it to 2, which is like the maxed out version, right? I know there's a whole lot of PC players that like to play their games like this, and that's totally fine, but Notice the ADS. I don't think there's a way to fix this scaling. I think that's just how it is on PC. So again, for what it's worth, when it comes to FOV, just set your FOV scale to like 1.2 or something like that, and you should be fine. Now, real quick though, I will go ahead and disconnect out of this real quick because I want to go ahead and show you guys the gun game server because there's a whole lot of cut content in here. There actually seems to be some people on right now. I don't know if we got some devs that are on and testing right now, but guess we'll find out. Yep, Yo-Yo's on. He's one of the devs and he owns this gun game server. So yeah, first things first, right away, we have Akimbo M9s, and as you can see, they have inspect animations, a red dot, and a silencer. Silencer's kind of goofed. It looks like it would be in the position of a attack knife. There is another problem with FOV scale being on 2, and I'll go ahead and show you guys that once I get back to having a sniper. This whole thing, like the fact that they have fully mapped inspects, like really goes to show that I really do think that they were honestly thinking of having akimbo weapons in this game. And we got a Desert Eagle with a red dot sight. And, yeah, we got this. The way that akimbo weapons work is that they just kind of take the weapon model and just flip it, essentially. Commander Desert Eagle with extended mags that I can't aim down the sight. We got the Modern Warfare 2 Remastered Magnum here. Got the MW2 Akimbo Magnums, 44 Magnum tactical knife, apparently. PP2000, a Modern Warfare 2 campaign remastered asset. This one, however, doesn't have an inspect. I don't know if this means, I also don't know if this was even in the game by itself, that Predator Vision thing. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if that whole night vision Predator thing was going to be a thing. Like, if they were going to do some sort of, like, community mod, kind of like how they turned Michael Myers into its own playlist. Yeehaw, brother. All of the things here on Yo-Yo server were things that were in the game files. So again, things like the Akimbo Procolot with these inspect animations, these were all in the game files. We have Akimbo BR9s, the Akimbo Lugers that came to this game. And this, the one with the broken silencer on it. That's something. It really does get me thinking, though, that if they have these kind of weapon models in the game, like, were they really planning on having something like bling in the game where you can have 2 attachments on one gun? Speaking of more Modern Warfare 2 stuff, it's the Striker. We've got a single Ranger here, which I think this is a campaign remastered asset for sure. Because here in Modern Warfare Remastered, obviously, we had the Akimbo Rangers, but I don't think they were, like, a single Ranger. I don't think it was possible in this game just to have one Ranger. I think it was only just, you just had the Akimbo Rangers, and that was it. We got this nice little Scorpion red dot with a silencer on it, which is kind of nice. Oh yeah, here's the MP5 ACOG that I wanted to show you guys. Let me go ahead and throw my FOV scale back to 2 here. So again, when you ADSing on this high of an FOV, it doesn't like actually zoom in. I have no idea if that's something that's going to be able to be fixed, but I guess we'll see. We'll find out. Mac 10 suppressor ACOG, Predator Vision again. This PK-PSD-9 SMG was one of the coolest things they added to the game. It was like this hybrid SMG that has a Glock in it. Oh yeah, the Galil. No idea if they were actually planning on adding a Galil to this game, to Modern Warfare Remastered, but that's a thing. Speaking of cut attachments, we got the Master Key attachment, the underbarrel shotgun. That's going to be usable later on. And now we have this goofy looking BOS-14 with an underbarrel shotgun, a red dot, a silencer on it. It's very weird to think about what the possibilities could have been. Like, what were they actually planning on having here in MWR? And, yeah, we got an M16 here without the handguard on it. Got an ACOG, a silencer, and a noob tube. It really does get me thinking, like, what was all going to be planned? Like, did they plan on bringing the COD 4 campaign M4 into this with with that holographic sight on it? I will say, though, one thing that I absolutely adored about Modern Warfare Remastered was that they kept certain old-school COD 4 glitches in the game. Like this one, where the G3 knife simply just doesn't work. If you have a G3 with a suppressor on it, the knife just simply doesn't work. It's so laggy and so delayed. It'll follow the person like that. I'm trying to see if I can get, like, close enough to, like, knife this person to see if it'll actually work. Yeah, like that. It's super delayed. It's one thing that I always appreciated about MWR, that they brought those kind of glitches back. Now, this alone might be the most cursed thing in the game. The MP44 in COD 4 is not supposed to have any attachments, and I guess this is an early look at what it would have potentially been with a red dot, a silencer, and an underbarreled shotgun on it. This is so unbelievably cursed, but I love it. Not supposed to have any attachments on it. And, yep, we got the MW2 campaign remastered FAL. I think I was getting to say this a little bit earlier, but it wouldn't really surprise me if they used MWR, which honestly, I'm sure they did. I'm sure they used Modern Warfare Remastered here. I mean, here's the MW2 M240. To, like, test out. I'm sure that in the development of Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, whether it was just the campaign version or the full version of the game that hasn't been released yet, they absolutely used MWR to test a lot of assets. I mean, it's built off the same engine, so that makes the most sense. Right, so now that I'm actually, like, on a sniper, I want to go ahead and show this to you guys. Let me put my FOV scale back to 2. Now, while this FOV looks amazing and everything like that, trying to snipe on it is, damn near impossible. Now, this initially wasn't working for me, but if you come over here into Advanced Video, and if you turn off Depth of Field, it should be able to, yep, there it is. It gets rid of the little blurry effect around the scope. So if you guys don't like the whole dual render thing, you can turn it off. I feel like because I'm so used to it on MWR, I feel like I'm just gonna leave it on, but I don't know. I'll definitely go ahead and leave it off while I try to use this R700 with advanced rifling. Not quite sure why there's a advanced warfare attachment in here, but alright. Also got the Dragunov with an iron sight. Like, imagine having iron sight snipers in this game. Got a Barrett 50 cal with an ACOG scope. Got this D25 ACOG that has a super zoomed in ACOG scope, but the only reason for that is because I think Yo-Yo was explaining it to me that the ACOG scope that he has on this gun is actually meant to go on a different weapon, I believe. I mean, to be fair, probably looks normal on the 2 FOV scale, but this is what I'm talking about. It is super zoomed in on this. Of course, here we got the S-Tac, nothing wrong with that. We have the COD 4 Dragunov. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a weapon inspect, but it literally looks like they just mapped and ported the COD 4 Dragunov over into this game, which actually looks kind of nice. Even when ADS, it's exactly like COD 4. It's not dual rendered or anything like that. Got ourselves a Halo rocket launcher that has 2 shots before you have to reload it. Herstas MP44 that has a noob tube on it. Get away from me. Honey Badger with a noob tube. Got him. The M16 with no handguard with a noob tube on it. COD 4 campaign holographic with a noob tube on it. Bots are starting to follow me. That's a pistol with a noob tube. That's a sniper with a noob tube. Oh my god, get this off. Now, I was saying this earlier. We have the XMLAR, which was obviously one of the DLC weapons that came to the game, but it does have a master key on. It's got that underbarrel shotgun. There's no sort of like animation or anything to it, but it looks like it may have been a thing in this game. And lastly here, of course, we have the classic default weapon. Which, fun fact, I learned this about the default weapon last night while I was streaming. This is a thing in every single first-person shooter game, at least as far as I know, where the weapons are all hit scan because they're all going to be shooting at the same target. They're not, like, accounting for recoil or any sort of, like, specific weapon tuning or anything like that. Because all the weapons are just firing the same way, that's the way that they test it. So yeah, I just quickly wanted to go ahead and show this server off, especially because I think this is so cool. Now, I'm not saying that I would have liked having things like akimbo pistols in COD 4. I really didn't want them adding anything to Modern Warfare Remastered that wasn't in COD 4 because it's just like, well, now it's not COD 4 anymore. The skeleton of the game is still COD 4, and like nowadays, I see the reasoning as to why they had to add new things to the game to make it interesting. This lag is, yeah, it's something else. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave this for now. The skeleton of the game is COD 4, and now looking back on it, like years later in hindsight, I completely agree with and see why they had to at least add new content to this game, because I really don't think this game would have survived as long as it did, depending on whatever your view of survived is. They had to take a game that came out in 2007 and make it appealing to a new generation of Call of Duty players that more than likely didn't play COD 4 in its heyday. It definitely wasn't an easy task, but with everything that they added to this game, it does make sense. All of the weapon kits, all the camos, changing reticles and stuff like that, changing characters, operators, I think that's all cool. There are certain weapons that got added to this game, like the BOS-14 that I don't think should have been added because it just became literally the new meta overnight. It's just the best gun in this game. The BOS is crazy. So anyways, on that note, that's gonna go ahead and wrap up this quick little H1 showcase video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, the expected release date is this Friday, June 24th. I'll be keeping you guys posted on everything. My plan is to go ahead and make a tutorial video and post that once the client goes live to everybody. Again, if you have any further questions, go ahead and join into the H1 Discord. And also, if you guys are interested, feel free to go ahead and join into my Discord that's linked down in the description below so you guys never miss pings when I post new videos here to YouTube, as well as when I go live on Twitch. I'm so excited for this client. I really hope you guys are too. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. It's been Rage, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care, everybody.